Sometimes I wonder what the future holds, how much happiness or sadness is in store for me. I don't know. I can never know until I've lived it. But there's this dream that sits insulated in the back of my mind, protected and shielded from my pessimism and self-sabotage. This hope that things will be okay, that they'll be better than okay, that someday I'll live in a big house with the love of my life. The walls and shelves are ordained with trophies and awards and play buttons and memorabilia. We'll be extremely well off. Huge TVs in every room, a home office with a 10 grand computer and posters on the walls, and the room will be clean and pristine and it will scream success. But is that what success is? Is that the definition of success, to just have everything you want, damn the consequences or where you got it from? To put as much dopamine in front of you as you need to forget that you're temporary and insignificant? I'm getting sidetracked. I personally dream of a very specific kind of success. Victimless success. Do I want all the things I've just described? Yes. Given the opportunity, would I get all of those things? Also, yes, probably. It's complicated. Because I know there are countless people in the world who are in positions where they'll probably never get all of those things. I also know that these things are not limitless. There are not countless houses in the world. There are not infinite TVs or computers or even people to fall in love with. I know that by having each of these things, I'm effectively taking it from someone else. By being a successful member of our society, I effectively steal success from someone else. Why is that the case? Because we define success incorrectly. We define success solely by if we have more than someone else. The goal is to own a business, pay yourself millions a year, and pay your workers the least you possibly can. That's the American dream. It used to be that you could work for a few years and boom, you could afford a house. But now there's no way. 60% of adults claim they're living paycheck to paycheck. If you ask 10 people if they're able to save money, only 4 will say yes. Inflation keeps going up, and the amount we're paid stays the same. The problem is the competitive nature of the game. There's only so much to go around, so we let the peasants fight for the scraps and the squalor. But we make it fair, right? They're all peasants, so they're all equally as likely to be unhappy. That's fair, right? Oh, but the dark-colored ones, those should have less odds. How about we just make it so the white ones are the most likely, okay? Also, if you're gay or trans or disabled, they should be extra unhappy. Why can't we all just be equally likely to be happy? Everyone. Even the CEOs and the doctors and the scientists. Why can't we all just be equally as happy? Why do we have to treat happiness like a non-renewable resource? It's not even about happiness anymore, though. It's about survival. It's about basic human dignity. We should not be working 40 hours a week and not be able to feed ourselves. We should not be working our asses off and not have a place to live. It's not about happiness anymore. Fuck my dream. What about being certain you can afford to live tomorrow? I'm ridiculously fortunate. I live with my parents, who are fairly well off. We're not rich. Our fridge broke down and my dad's an anxious mess, but we'll live, we'll survive. Can everybody else say the same? No. But in the same vein, I'm a victim of the system too. I'm visually impaired, so I'm not completely able-bodied. I essentially got fired from one of my recent jobs because of my vision. There are vast sections of the workforce that I couldn't join simply because I just can't see well enough. Not to mention, people are going to start dying because it's too hot. Because big oil barons refuse to give up the billions they're making to save the fucking planet. Because the peasants will always be peasants. We're replaceable, expendable. Little do they know they need us. Their whole system doesn't work if we don't work. But this is the issue. Because there are countless issues, too many to count, too many to divide up energy for in my mind, so many my heart hurts. What the fuck do we do? How the fuck do we fix this? Why the fuck can't everyone just be fucking happy? But to be honest, I get it. I get the CEOs, the oil barons, the politicians. I get why they only care about money. Because sometimes when I think about what would make me happy, I think of money too. Just enough to have what I need and a surplus of what I want. But that's the thing. If that were the norm, everyone would be happy. If we were provided what we need and worked for the surplus of our wants, everyone would be happy. There wouldn't be fear or existential dread. There wouldn't be money-hungry billionaires sucking the soul out of the country. There's this widespread image of communism and socialism, of people with their heads down, depressed and uninspired, marching to work, working a job they don't want to work, making the same as everyone else. But don't we already live in that dystopia? Don't we all already work jobs we don't want to work? College graduates working in fast food, retail, and menial labor instead of medicine, technology, science, etc. Don't we all make the same? $15 an hour here in New York City and Long Island? Aren't we unhappy now? I'm not saying we need to become a socialist or communist country. What I am saying is that we can't keep going like this. Because someday we'll avoid stealing success by there being no success at all.